Hi, everyone. Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It's Wednesday, and it's our Crime Stoppers Day, and we're happy to have UNLPD's Captain John Baker in the building. A little bit later, we had some meetings run long today, but we're good now.
We're good. Well, I'm happy to be here.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you. It is mid-May now. Well, still early May, I guess. You're probably getting ready for the end of the school year, or end of the semester at least, anyway.
Yeah, this is 15th week for UNL, so they're preparing for their finals next week.
Mm-hmm.
Before I know it, commencement will be here next weekend, and a summer away we go.
Oh man. So I probably should have asked you this beforehand. I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
That's fine.
When is commencement?
So the undergraduate is Saturday.
Okay.
The 18th.
18th. Okay.
At Stadium, at Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
We're going to reverse chronological order. The grad student and doctoral hooding is Friday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. So Friday the 17th, PBA for graduate and doctoral hooding. Saturday at Memorial Stadium for undergrad.
So this is everyone's heads up. A week, 10 days from now.
Yes.
There's probably going to be a lot of traffic downtown and on campus.
Unfamiliar traffic, folks coming from all over.
Yes.
And, and if people are planning to attend, the stadium
probably
traditional prohibitive items, clear bag policy, exactly.
All
that will apply. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that is good to kind of get off the board. And then summer semester, there'll be like a week or two break, right?
Usually about a week break, yeah.
Okay. So you guys, does everyone in the department just like schedule all their vacations for...
Let's say this, minimum staffing is really difficult to maintain on summertime. Yeah,
I bet.
It is.
I bet that is the case. All right. Well, for anyone who is new to Crime Stoppers in the program here, again, we are basically going over crimes that you guys need help solving. If it ends up here on the 1011 studio, streaming studio Crime Stoppers segment, that means you guys have run out of leads. You need something fresh.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we're still pursuing others,
yeah.
But the more leads that we can have, or if it will help confirm something that we've already started diving into, I mean, that's even better for us.
All right. And so, obviously, when we have Captain Baker on, we're generally talking things that are happening on campus or close enough to campus that you guys are involved with it as well. And we actually have 3 cases to talk about today. So the first one we're going to start with, you guys actually saw last week when we talked with Jared Maneri from LPD, and that is a hit and run that occurred on East Campus. And we have the video here pulled up. It's a great Star Train video, but can you kind of walk us through what people are seeing and what they need to know about this video?
First, I'd like to apologize. So you kind of have proof that I didn't watch last week's episode. So I feel kind of bad.
That's okay. I'll give you a pass this time.
Okay, appreciate that. So, in this video, so the victims reported that they went into the East Campus Activity Center.
Mm-hmm.
We have our own rec center out there in East Campus. So they parked there. They went inside to do their exercise and workout. And when they came back, they had damage on their car. And when they came out, they noticed someone was acting hinky kind of around their car,
mm-hmm.
as viewers can see there.
Mm-hmm.
So. We have a lot of cameras on campus. We feature a lot of those videos here on this segment.
Mm.
And the investigating officer saw the Star Trend bus drive by, and kudos to the officer on this for thinking, hey, I remember previously Star Train has cameras.
Yeah. And
so he reached out to our friends at Star Trend. They helped us out, and this is awesome footage from the bus. And I'm glad you can play the video because, still, when you try to pull still shots from video,
it just gets grainy.
It does. It doesn't translate well.
I mean, this is the still image from...
It's not bad. That's not bad. Still not bad, but yeah. I would like to talk with that individual, kindly remind them, maybe with a citation, that they should leave their information if they hit another car. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is one of those things where it's like, shoot, accidents happen.
Absolutely. Mistakes happen. Yep.
This isn't going to be, in the grand scheme of things, the biggest deal. Going to get a ding on your insurance. But now that you've fled the scene, you've just made it that much more complicated for everyone involved.
Yep, including yourself, really. Yeah, because then you got the citation, you got the court hearings and that process you got to deal with, and your insurance definitely isn't going to be happy then. So, yeah.
So, and this happened on March 20th. And this was a Dodge Avenger, we think, that did this damage?
I believe so, yes.
So if you recognize this individual, again, looks like kind of got a beard there. wearing a hat, dark jacket. If you know who that person is, if you recognize that vehicle, gray, maybe kind of or dark green, maybe.
It's difficult at night, right, with the headlights and the street lighting. Yeah, it's tough.
But yeah, so what's the best way to get in touch with you guys if someone knows something?
If they want to be truly anonymous, then they should follow the instructions on the Crime Stoppers page with those 3 ways. If they call UNL Police at 2222, or if they call Lincoln Police at 4416,000, we can't guarantee that anonymity, right? Mm-hmm. And we definitely don't give out rewards. Sorry, that's just not our thing, right? We don't take money, we don't give money. So, but for the reward to stay anonymous, use the P3 app. You can call the phone number there, 402-475-3600. You can use the app phone number, or you can even do that, fill out that form online, and that'll go straight to the agency or the group that helps us collect tips. The information is scrubbed so people stay anonymous, and we get the great information. The tipster gets money if it leads to an arrest. Win-win.
So you could be friends with this individual. Again, this individual here.
Could be enemies with that individual.
Or you could be enemies. And if you go through the correct process, again, submitting it in the right place, you would then be eligible potentially for that cash reward. So, I mean, you could get yourself some beer money for a Friday night.
Yeah, or
turning in your buddy or turning in your enemy.
Yeah, or Pepsi money.
Or Pepsi money. We'll go with Pepsi money. We'll keep it family friendly.
Sure.
Pepsi money. Okay, so that's case number 1. We have 2 more cases, and both of these are not up on Crime Stoppers yet. So these are fresh cases.
Correct.
Do you want to do graffiti first, or do you want to do vehicles first?
Let's do graffiti.
Graffiti. Okay. So we have really good video again on campus.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play the longest video first. And this is... Oh, that's not the longest video. This is the longest video. This is an individual who has decided to take some spray paint to some areas on campus. Happened 3 separate occasions. We think it's the same suspect.
Yeah, 3 separate occasions. The clothing, the mannerisms, the even down to like the mask and how they wear their hood is all exactly the same. So, and we call that a clue. So they use different color spray paint. So I'll give them that. They have some variety.
Change that. Yeah.
Right. So and the materials are the buildings that they've defaced with that. Some have been glass, which can clean up okay. Some of it's that smooth stone, which that'll clean up. But the difficult part is some of these are on brick, and you have to sandblast. There's no way to clean brick unless you sandblast it, and then that causes damage to the wall itself and leaves marks and all that. So I don't have a solid estimate on the amount of repairs because UNL would. Yeah, we don't really contract that out. We have folks that can clean it up and all. We have great staff actually in our facilities that clean all this up. So I don't have a great idea on damage. Probably talking like a class 2 misdemeanor, I think. Okay. So I don't think we're quite up to that felony range quite yet.
And so in this video here, we actually see them spray painting.
In the act, yes.
Where is this video from? Where at on campus?
This is on East Campus.
East Campus?
Near the Dinsdale Learning Commons there.
Okay. So we see them actually spray painting in this video. In some of the other videos, these are short clips, but we just see them walking by really quickly. So again, you can see a dark sweatshirt, again, wearing a mask at night by themselves. Right. Kind of a little suspicious. And so that's them just, again, walking by one of the fences there that we could see in the original video. And then, again, this is just another view of them kind of walking down that looks like that same sidewalk. So,
and all of these are occurring around midnight. I know this one on East Campus that we just watched, that was just minutes after midnight. The other one was, I think, at like 1 a.m. So these are late-night excursions.
Were all 3 of them on East Campus, or was it City Campus and East Campus?
The first one was on East, then they headed over to City, then the third one was back on East Campus.
And it was multiple nights, though, over the course of multiple nights.
Correct.
Okay, so if you know anyone, maybe they got paint on their clothes or whatever it might be. Again, we just went over it, but again, these are the ways to reach out. I hit the wrong button earlier. I forgot to put the one with the UNLPD number up there. So again, 402-472-2222, or they could text you guys.
You have our text number up. That's great.
So you could do that, but again, not eligible for the cash reward or potential cash reward.
Not if you text or call us directly.
No. That's just, you're just being a good citizen at that point. So last case is a great example of why we need to lock our cars at night.
It is.
So this was. Tell me where this was, because obviously, is this a parking garage on campus somewhere?
This is at the 5050 building. There at 18th and R.
And so we see this individual appear on camera. Kind of looks like they're maybe stumbling around a little bit.
I think there's some substances on board.
There could be something there.
That might have contributed to the poor decision making.
Yes, it generally does. And so this is the first shot that we see of them. Then we see them kind of wandering the lot there.
Yeah. I think as this video hopefully this video itself makes it up to the blog as well, because at some point right around in here, they stop and look directly at the camera right there. So I'm hoping they can get the video online too as well. Again, because trying to pull those images, and if you see they head over to that Lincoln Fire and Rescue unit. Kudos to our friends at LFAR. They did lock up their rigs.
Yes,
I'm sure it's automatic for them. But
yes. But then we catch this person, and he's pulling door handles.
Yeah. It's difficult not to blend in a parking garage. And I say that because, like, if someone drives by or walks through, you just look like you're walking to your car.
Yeah.
Right? Just everyone loses a car in a garage, so you're looking.
Yep,
you blend right in, they drive away, you can go back to whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So these are very difficult to catch in the act unless we have someone observant parking their car, sitting in their car waiting for someone, and they see someone going around between the cars. Obviously, please give us a call. Don't use Crime Stoppers for that one. That's a call for directly to us, LPD, 911, whatever. It'll get to us. But the importance, I highlight two things with this. You mentioned the one, lock your cars, right? Because you'll see he's not breaking into cars if there's nothing he sees of value.
No, he's just pulling door handles.
We thought it was a he. When we looked at the video, it could be this person.
Yeah, I thought it was a he too, but
so this person, they're not spending a lot of time to look in the cars and find something of value. It's just opportunity at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But sure enough, they did find a couple of cars. We only had one victim come forward. We couldn't find the other one. Got into at least a couple of cars, rummaged through, stole some change, and then he broke their windshield. Somehow the windshield got broken in this process.
I don't understand, because you say, in your note that you sent to me about what the cases we're going to cover, and I'm like, okay, wait. Yeah. I see the video. He's pulling door handles just to see which car is unlocked, but somehow the windshield got broken. I wonder if it goes back to maybe the stumbling around a little bit.
I think it's the poor decision making.
Some confusion with this individual.
Right.
So,
I think another fact that may lead to the confusion is he left a beanie and stuff that didn't belong to the victim. They came back and found their stuff's in their car, right? So we're processing all of that, obviously, for any fingerprints and evidence that we can. But you can't pull prints off a hat; just not possible.
No.
So, well, maybe Jared could. He's pretty good with his forensics. Yeah. Which actually, I see you actually have his name up too. Did you notice that?
I did. Nope. See, this just goes to show that I was.
I mean, Jared is so famous. He is. He's a household name.
I'm going to push a button here to see if it's going to fix it.
That's all right. I can be Jared I can't match up to his legendary ways, but I can act like I'm Jared.
All right. Let's see.
So anyway, on this video.
All right, we're gonna take him out altogether.
Sorry, Jared.
We got to give him a hard time.
Luckily, he's good with it. Yes. He's a good guy.
He is.
So don't leave valuable items where they're visible, right?
Yeah, cover them up, put them in the glove box.
Right. Trunk anywhere but visibly. And two, if you leave your car unlocked, it's something like this is going to come along. They're going to find he stole some change, I think, out of the car. So minimum, you're going to lose your change that you use for meters if you use those still. And
gotta get the Park and Go app.
In the worst case, if you have that valuable item, it gives them time and ability to look through and find that stuff and steal that as well.
Yeah. So. And again, somehow the windshield in this case is broken. Now you got to replace your windshield.
Right.
And it could be something else. And it could just be someone who just wants to, people want to see the world burn sometimes. So sometimes they're just going to break windows or do whatever. And if they get into your vehicle. So again, lock your doors, people.
Yeah.
I know we're all probably guilty of leaving them unlocked at some point, but keep them locked.
Yep. I shouldn't say old days, but, earlier days of policing, we would have a lot of cars that were broken into just looking for items. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just evolved over the years and so that used to be a thing that was like actually promoted, not by police departments, but it was promoted like, hey, leave your car unlocked, and that way they're not breaking your window trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
That's really not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's no one's going around breaking windows to look for items anymore. They're looking for that easy score where they can see something, then they might break a window.
Yeah.
Or they're looking for the handle
right there. I
right.
can see the set of AirPods or whatever it is.
Right. Then you might see some windows broken.
Yeah.
But most of them are cases like this where it's opportunistic. They're just looking for something that's open, quick, and easy to get into.
Yeah. I tell you what, going back to my college days, I would have loved so much to have the Park and Go app, because you guys got not you guys, but parking enforcement got me so many times. I paid so much money to the university parking enforcement. It is obscene.
Yeah. Well, and that's a way that you don't carry change in your car and it can't get stolen.
Yeah.
So use the app, and or credit cards. A lot of meters take credit cards now too, right? So
technology nowadays, man. Well, and nowadays too, I know I forget to lock my car sometimes. I can lock it from my phone.
There you go.
So just make sure you're doing that. All right. We covered a lot today.
Yeah, I think that's all I had.
Is there nothing else you want to get out there?
I mean, if people have information on cases that we don't talk about or that are not on the blog.
Yeah, it can be anything.
Anything. We'd still love to hear that.
Yeah.
Any kind of drug dealing, that a lot short-term traffic going on at their neighbor's house that looks suspicious, or if you overhear someone at a party or friends bragging about a crime they'd committed, it doesn't have to be featured here or anywhere else. You can always use that app or call the number or leave a tip online about any case, and it'll be routed.
Yep, P3 app. Again, if you go to LincolnCrimeStoppers.com, this is a great place to start, because, again, you can find all the contact information for the law enforcement agencies there. And, again, you can do it from this website as well. And, again, doing a service for everyone by doing stuff like that. So all the law enforcement agencies, I'm sure, would very much appreciate that. I see Jared's back now again, so it's going off the rails now. So we just got to
probably all right.
Just leave it there.
Maybe that's time that we're done. Maybe it's saying to us that we should go.
We've gone too far. All right. Well, appreciate Captain Baker. Appreciate your time as always. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and for watching. Again, keep tuned at 10:11 both on air and online for all of your latest news, weather, and sports.